Hello, I'm going to read from the Private Oral Exam Guide for Private Pilot Certification. This would be Chapter 5, Cross-Country Flight Planning. This would be number 15, 5-7. What limitations, if any, apply to VOR reception distances? VORs are subject to line-of-sight restrictions, and the range varies proportionally to the altitude of the receiving equipment. Number 16. What are the different methods for checking the accuracy of VOR receiver equipment? VOT check plus or minus 4 degrees, ground checkpoint plus or minus 6 degrees, airborne checkpoint plus or minus 6 degrees, dual VOR check 4 degrees between each other, selected radio over a known ground point plus or minus 6 degrees. What is an NDB? Number 17. A non-directional beacon. A low to medium frequency radio beacon transmit non-directional signals whereby the pilot of an aircraft properly equipped can determine bearings and home or track to the station. Within what frequency range do NDBs operate? These facilities normally operate in the frequency band of 190 to 535 kilohertz, immediately below AM broadcast bands, and transmit a continuous carrier with either 400 or 1020 Hertz modulation. All radio beacons except compass locators transmits a continuous 3-letter identification code. Number 16. What is ADF? Automatic Direction Finder. Many general aviation type airplanes are equipped with Automatic Direction Finder ADF radio receiving equipment which operate in the low to medium frequency bands. To navigate using the ADF, the pilot tunes the receiving equipment to a ground station known as a non-directional beacon, NDB. The most common use of an ADF is that of homing by flying the needle to the station. Number 20. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages when using ADF for navigation? One moment, please. One moment. We are locating your account. Okay, nope. Number 20. What are some advantages, disadvantages when using ADF for navigation? Advantages. Low cost of equipment and usually very low maintenance. Lower medium frequencies are not affected by line of sight. The signal follows the curvature of the Earth, therefore if the aircraft is within range of the station, the signatures can be received regardless of altitude. Disadvantages. Low frequency signals are very susceptible to electrical disturbances such as lightning, precipitation, static, etc. These disturbances create excessive static, needle deviations, and signal fades. Particularly at night, there may be interference from distant stations. What are the normal usable service ranges for the various class NDBs? Compass locator, under 25 watts is 15 nautical miles. MH, under 50 watts, 25 nautical miles. H, 50 to 1,999 watts, 50 nautical miles. And HH, 2,000 or more watts, 75 nautical miles. Service range of individual facilities may be less than 50 miles. What is a DME? Distance measuring equipment, airborne and ground, used to measure in nautical miles the slant range distance of an aircraft from the DME navigational aid. Aircraft equipped with DME are provided with distance and ground speed information when receiving a VORTAC or TACCAN facility. DME operates on frequencies in the UHF spectrum between 960 MHz and 1215 MHz. Give a brief explanation of GPS. Global Positioning System is a satellite-based radio navigation system that broadcasts a signal used by receivers to determine a precise precision anywhere in the world. The receiver tracks multiple satellites and determines a pseudo-range measurement that is then used to determine the user's location. What are the 3 functional elements of a GPS? Space element consists of 30 satellites. Control element consists of network of ground-based GPS monitoring and control stations that ensure the accuracy of satellite positions and their clocks. User element consists of antennas and receiver processors on board aircraft that provide positioning, velocity, and precise timing to the user. What are the different types of GPS receivers available for use? Types of receivers used for GPS navigation under VFR are varied from a full IFR installation used to support a VFR flight to a VFR-only installation in either a VFR or IFR capable aircraft to a handheld receiver. limitations of each type of receiver installation of or use must be understood by the pilot to avoid misusing navigation information. What is the purpose of a RAIM? R-A-I-M. Receiver Autonomous Integrity Monitoring. RAIM is self-monitoring function performed by a GPS receiver to ensure that adequate GPS signals are being received from the satellites at all times. The GPS will alert the pilot whenever the integrity monitor determines that the GPS signals do not meet the criteria for safe navigational use. Where can a pilot obtain RAIM availability information? GPS RAIM availability information can be obtained from an AFSS during pre-flight briefings. FSS briefers will provide a RAIM information for a period of 1 hour before to 1 hour after the ETA, unless a specific time frame is requested by the pilot. All right, we're going to hold off there. That's number 27 on 5-10 for Chapter 5, Cross Country Flight Planning. See ya.